race that's set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Faith that surpasses all understanding. And this morning, the example that I want to use is Abraham. You know, the type of attitude that Abraham had and his mannerism and how strong and straight he was. But before I'm going to be coming out of Genesis chapter 22. But before I go here, I want to read another verse from Hebrews 11, starting at verse 8. And it says that by faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to the place which he would receive as inheritance. And he went out not knowing where he was going. By faith he dwelled in the land of promise as in a foreign country, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he waited for the city which was foundation, whose builders and makers is God. By faith Sarah also received strength to conceive the seed, and she bore a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithfully who had promised. Faith that surpasses all understanding. You know, how strong is my faith this morning in God, for real? How far am I willing to go with my faith? If God called me to do something that seems like it don't make any sense at all, am I still going to hold on? Faith that surpasses all understanding. You know, I have this saying that says my faith should always supersede my intellect. Right? That means whatever I'm thinking, my faith should be perfect, because sometimes my thinking will get me in trouble. That makes sense? Faith that surpasses all understanding. So what I want to do this morning, I want to take a look at a man, and let's kind of figure out where he's at this morning and what must have been going on in his head. Genesis chapter 22. When y'all get it, everybody has that Bible to with me. Faith that surpasses all understanding. It's a different mindset this morning. My faith in God. Am I willing to use Abraham as an example of how strong my faith should be and how much I should trust God, knowing that, first of all, if God promised me something and then he calls me out to do something that seems crazy. Because if y'all read this story at all, y'all know what God was about to ask Abraham to do. And his mindset must have seemed real crazy, but he stepped outside of what he was thinking and he stood on his faith with God. So am I willing to get myself to that same point when it comes to my walk with God and me trying to change my life? Faith that surpasses all understanding. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, he said, behold, here I am. He said, take thou thy son, Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee in the land of Moriah, and offer him therefore a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell of thee. God just asked Abraham to take his son, the son that he loved, and get ready to offer him as a burnt offering, right? But how many of y'all actually know this story? God had already promised Abraham that through his seed, right, all nations would be blessed. But now God is telling him to take his only son and offer him as a burnt offering. And can you imagine in his mind what's probably going on? How many of y'all can kind of think about, okay, God has already made a promise to me to do something for me, but now it seems like he's asking me to do something totally different. This man right here had to have some strong faith because he's getting ready to step off blind. So here's my question to y'all. How many of y'all, man, are willing to go that extra mile and stand on your faith in spite of what you think may happen, or knowing that God has told you one thing? He's already told you one thing, but now he's getting ready to do something kind of sounds like a contradiction. This is what I'm thinking about this morning. Having the mindset and the attitude that Abraham had to walk with his faith despite of. That makes sense? How many people this morning find themselves struggling with their faith? And when you find yourself struggling, what are some of the things you find yourself struggling with when it comes to your faith? Anybody? Depending on what area it is in. Anybody else? Picture this, right? Right now, there's a lot of people getting ready to lose or have already lost unemployment because of the way things are set up. We live in a time now where it seems like there's no job, there's not enough money, but I've given my life to Christ, right? I said that I'm going to serve Christ. So now, where's my mindset at if I find myself in a situation where I don't have a job and it's time to feed my family? And like my brother just said just now, I have a tendency to go back to my old behavior. But is my faith strong enough in this walk right now to where I can stand home and know that God is going to give me or deliver me or make do what he said he would when he said he would never leave me or forsake me? Because to be honest with you, we live in some crazy times right now, and without faith, man, we're going to struggle. How strong is my faith this morning? You know, because I'm going to be put to the test. You know, there's a lot of people that's out of work right now, you know, realistically. And I keep thinking in my mind, how some of these people want to act, man, when they can't feed their family. You know, if I had that same type of mentality and I lost my job tomorrow, right, what am I going to do? Am I going to still stand on the faith of God? Am I going to have the same mindset that Abraham had? You know, because as we get into this story, you're going to see, I mean, Abraham, in other words, Abraham walked by faith and not by sight. He was strong with this piece right here, man. And I think that we, as Christians, need to develop this same type of mannerism, realistically, amen? We need to get to the point where we can have that same type of attitude that Abraham had, because honestly, God is getting ready to tell this man, or has already commanded this man, that sacrifice his son. In other words, kill his son, you know? But at the same time, Abraham knew in the back of his head that God had already made a promise to him. And that's kind of where I'm at this morning. Knowing in my walk with God that he's already promised me, for real, that he would never leave me or forsake me. Am I strong enough in my walk today to actually believe in that and walk in that and keep that out front? That makes sense. Having my faith that strong.
Brother Tony, as you were talking, I looked back at my life when I thought that I had to have faith. I thought that I had to be strong. I thought my faith was going to do it. But it's not. You got to switch over and have faith or trust in God to do it. Our faith can never get us nowhere. It can never. But having trust and faith in God to do it, just like Abraham did. At first, you would say about Abraham had, that God had let him know he had a promise. So that's why he could hold on to knowing that God somehow or another is going to fix it. If he didn't, then so God
God. But when it comes time for me to start working that faith, where am I at in my walk with God? You know, am I willing to put, in other words, am I willing to put my entire being, my entire trust, you know, not just when things are going good, but when things get shaky. Am I willing to put everything that I have, all of my trust in God? Can I develop a mindset like Abraham? Because I want y'all to listen to what how strong this man's faith was. Right? How strong Abraham's faith was, the way he went about this thing, and the way he was talking. Because this is the mindset that I want to develop. I'm not sure if I'm at a place where he told me that in this day and time, realistically, take my son up to sacrifice. I'm not sure if I would have that type of attitude, but I want to. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I want to have that type of attitude. I want to develop that type of faith. That's where I want my walk to be at with Christ, and that's what I'm asking him on a day-to-day basis, to strengthen my faith so that I trust you in every area of my life. You know, I trust you. I want to keep telling myself that. I want to keep asking that. And I want to keep walking like that on a day-to-day basis. I trust you in every area of my life because I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I have a tendency to get real shaky. And the only time my faith is exercised is when things are going good. I don't want to do it when things are going bad. Then I wonder why I find myself stumbling. But anyway, let me get back in. It says that Abraham, verse 3 says, and Abraham rose early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him and Isaac his son and caved the wood for the burnt offering and rose up and went to the place which God had told him. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted his eyes and saw the place afar off. Check Abraham out. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come to you again. Y'all hear that? God had told this man, right, to take his son up as a burnt offering. But look, check out his attitude. His attitude was so strong, and his faith was so strong in God that the way he said, I and the lad, we're going to go up. Y'all hear what I'm saying? He said that we're going to go up, and then we're going to return again. Now, Abraham is walking in pure faith, y'all. He's walking in trust that God is going to deliver regardless. This is what I'm talking about this morning, having a mindset, faith that surpasses all understanding. Because if I'm looking at this right here, and I'm looking at what Abraham just said, my attitude has to be like this. Because he's walking on the promise of God. So I'm saying if God has promised something in your life, if God has made a promise to you, then here's the thing. What are some of the things that God has promised to us? Anybody? What are some of the promises that we receive from God? He said that in his word he would never leave me or forsake me, right? Okay, what does that mean? Let me do it like that. We will always be there. He would never leave me or forsake me. He said that he would set a hedge of protection around me, right? He said that he would guard my path. I mean, he would guide my path, right? He would direct my path. You know, he would always be with me. So that means that if I find myself jobless, do I have enough faith in God to believe that he still won't take care of me? You know, can I have that attitude, knowing that everything's going to be all right? Changing my mindset, changing the way I process information, and understanding also, I know I'm not dead yet, but what am I doing to try to get there? What are some of the things we can do on a day-to-day basis to increase our walk and our faith in God, y'all? Prayer. Anybody else? Confidence. Huh?
I said number 1, pray.
Number 1, pray. Anybody? Reading.
Yeah.
Belief. Increasing my walk with God daily. How do I get to that point? Do I take it? Meditate on what God wants me to do. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago, about establishing a strong prayer life, right? So I can get to the point where I start to conversate with God on a day in and day out basis so that I can know what he has for me, what his will is for me, but also so that I can hear. I talk to him, it's a dialogue. I pray and I talk to God, but I also wait for God to talk back to me because I'm trying to strengthen my walk. You know, I say this a lot too. I'm tired of struggling. You know, I'm tired of being a victim of the devil's devices. So this morning, I'm looking at my attitude. You know, challenging myself this morning to say, where is my attitude when it comes to my faith for real in God? You know, what areas of my life am I weak in faith at? You know, because if I want to develop an attitude of God, first of all, do I really believe that God is who he says in my life? You know, or am I just going through the motions? You know, because I'm programmed, I have to do it this way, or I just come to church just for show and fashion. You know, what is my walk like with God, for real? You know, am I just playing with this thing? You know, do I challenge myself with these questions? You know, do I find myself constantly getting tripped up when things get rough? And every time the wind blows, it moves me. You know, here's the other thing. How grounded am I in my faith? How grounded am I in my faith this morning? How much do I study God's word? And the reason why I keep going over these things like this is because this walk is real, y'all. This is a real thing. This is not play. I need to get my life in order so that I can be ready for when God comes. And I got to also learn how to live my life day in, day out basis with some peace and some contentment. Y'all hear me talk about that almost every Sunday. Having peace and contentment in my heart so I can get to the point, man, to where I'm not stumbling. You know, I'm tired of stumbling. You know, I want to know that if God made a promise to me, he's going to deliver me. So this morning, I want to have an attitude to Abraham. And I think what Paul said, Abraham was a man of great faith. You know, that's how strong his faith is. Go ahead, Dee.
But Tony, you know, we talk about praying a lot of times. This prayer is good. But if you had a high-paying job out there and God opened the door for you to get a job at McDonald's, are you going to let your pride take you there?
All right. Say that. How strong is my faith? You know, when does my faith work and when does it stop working? How much trust, you know what, for real? Ask yourself right now, you know, how much trust do I really have in God? For real. Not, go ahead, sister.
In one of Pastor Wells' classes, we talked about faith. We discussed faith, and he came to a thing where when we worry, that's a lack of faith in God. We tell God he ain't really done handle our problem. That's not exactly God in things. And also, it's like when you talk about, you know, how great is your faith in God. And faith without works is dead. You can go out there and have this great job, and then all of a sudden you ain't got it no more. But if you got the faith of a mustard seed, with the Bible says, you can overcome that. If it ain't nothing like going out there reaching out to some of the elderly people in your neighborhood. Help them.
Okay.
No charge. And that'll help you, because that'll build your faith and trust in God that he will see you through whatever you're going through, because you taking the initiative to help somebody else when you can help yourself.
Amen. She said faith of a mustard seed. And the Bible says to each person God has dealt a measure of faith. Let me ask y'all this question. Does it mean that he's giving him more faith than he gave me? How many people think sometimes that another person's faith has more faith than I have? To each one of us, I want to say this, to each one of us, God has gave or has dealt the measure of faith. That means he has put faith in us. One of the issues or one of the problems that we have sometimes is that we don't exercise our faith, you know. And we're not rooted strong enough in God to where we allow the devil to trick us with his devices and we constantly find ourselves stumbling. Go ahead, brother.
Well, first of all, Tony, we gotta have a relationship with God. You know?
Have a relationship with God.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Keep a
I'm
conscious
just starting to
contact.
come to church. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
How do I develop a relationship with God? What are some of the things I can do? If I'm a new Christian coming into this walk, if I'm a new person trying to get my life together, what would you tell me about developing a relationship with God? How would you lead me down that path? Plus, if I need to increase my faith, how do I develop a relationship with God? Help me out.
Talk to God.
Huh?
Talk to God.
Talk to God.
Keep a,
Huh? Read the Bible.
you gotta keep a conscious contact.
Huh?
Keep a conscious contact.
Keep a conscious contact. Fellowship.
Yeah.
Having that relationship with God, you get to know him.
Get to
You
know
know,
him.
you have to start getting to know who he is for you. It's
Okay.
like you meet somebody, you know, the first time a loved one, because that's what the word of God is like, a person that you fall in love with. It's like, you know, say the person that you're going to marry. You have to get to know that person before you really let go and start trusting that person to become your husband. So it's the same thing. We have to have a relationship with God. We have to get to know God that says these things and he can do these things. We have to get to know. We personally have to have a relationship, not what somebody else says.
So you have an intimate relationship with God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Become an intimate relationship.
Yeah, and that's really nice between on the knowing part, because I think you said you talked about trust earlier. So to know him, John 8:32 said, and you shall know the truth. The truth is Christ. The truth, so it says, to make you free. So yeah, you have to, the more you know him, one way that we can get to know him and build our faith. Romans 10:17 says, faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So spending time, even in prayer, you hear the word of God. Read, you get the word of God. Your faith is still yet being built. Faith is by hearing the word of God. Your faith is
Like steps.
Anybody else?
Brother Tony, it's two, it's steps.
Steps?
We, you know, we take steps and learn things, you know, our life, our things that happen to us through God in our physical life. Then we start to apply it because we learn to know who God is and they tell us what God will do for us. Then we start to lean toward that and put our trust in that instead of our wisdom. Well, knowledge, I want to say knowledge. You start to learn the knowledge of God.
Amen.
And it's not, our knowledge will not help us. Only the knowledge of God that will help us. When we lean toward God and allow the knowledge of God, Paul was Peter was saying, grow in grace. And in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So my thing is growing. I'm still growing. I'm still growing. And I will grow until I leave. It's not like we go a certain level and that's it. I still grow in God, in the grace and knowledge of God, because of the situation in the world today is changing.
It's a delicate
Changes,
tree.
physical, yeah, continue, growing in God.
Practice this thing daily, you know, trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not to our own understanding.
That's right.
But a part of building my faith is putting trust in God. And for some of us, and I was doing this, for some of us, you know, I have to start with right where I'm at. You know, if I'm trying to build a relationship with God and I find my faith weak, then I start where I'm at. What are some of the things that I'm struggling with right now? You know, What are some of the things that I'm holding on to that I'm having a hard time turning over, giving to God? If I want to build my faith and want my faith to get as strong as Abraham, if I want to have the mindset that Abraham has, then I have to step out blindly and start trusting God in these areas. See, this is an individual question right here, right? Where am I at this morning? What areas am I finding myself weak in when it comes to my faith? If I want to see my faith become stronger, if I want to get that mindset that Abraham has to walk in faith regardless, then this is where I started this morning. Whatever it is that I've been holding on to for the last, how many of y'all people have been stop? Been holding on to for all these years, and I still find myself struggling with it. Is it because I don't have enough faith in God? For real? And I keep holding on to it. It's those same areas of my life that I keep finding myself getting tripped up in because I'm not putting trust in God. If I want my life to change and I want to have this mindset, and this is where I started this morning, y'all. And we said again, what is it that I'm struggling with? That I'm having a hard time turning over to God. If I want to know how strong God is in my life, and if I want my faith to become stronger, then it's these little things. Now sometimes it's small things that I have a hard time turning over to God. Regardless of what it is, I want to start putting my trust and my faith in God and watch God work. That's what's going to increase and make my faith strong. I have to start exercising my faith, right? If I want these little small arms to get big, I got to start doing push-ups. Go ahead.
Actually, not trying to correct you, but in order to get this thing on faith, you need to start the chapter. Because that is the big chapter.
But anyway, it's not about correction. What you're saying is true. We read, but faith, you start building your faith when you start talking to God and putting your trust in God. Asking God to help you in certain areas of your life when you find yourself struggling at. Having the mindset of Abraham, because Abraham was a man of great faith. The way that he walked, his attitude, and the way that he went about handling this situation right here, and that's what I like about it so much. When he, like I said earlier, when I read that one part, he told them men, he said, me and the land are going up, and then we will return. Abraham must have already knew he had enough trust in God to believe that God is going to have, and this is the book where they say, where they talk about God always have a ram in the bush. You know, that's where that comes from. Abraham already knew and believed and trusted enough in God that God would not go back on his promise. You know, when God tells us things like he would never leave us or forsake us, we have to believe that. And I don't know, y'all. I'm kind of stuck.
I see something right here, Brother Tony, about the sacrifice, because that's what God wanted his son to be a sacrifice, right? And what is God saying to us now as an individual? Because God don't want our blessing. But what he altered us to do is come and let Jesus live in us, and then that way
faith. If my faith continues to be strong in God, right, then I'm going to be here when he comes back because I'm trusting in him and I'm not leaning to my own understanding. When I'm leaning to my own understanding, I find myself making mistakes and keep me out of the will of God. I don't want to be out of the will of God. I want to develop this mindset this morning. Walking in faith, not by sight, knowing that if God has made that promise to me, if he told me in his word that he would never leave me or forsake me, God, that I believe it wholeheartedly, so that everything that I do is based on the promise of God, knowing that God got my back. I don't have to keep acting in that old ways, that old mentality, doing things the same old way, and finding myself getting those same crazy results. I'm done with that. So I'm at a new point in my life this morning. Walking like Abraham walked. He knew that God had made a promise to him that through his seed, all nations would be blessed. Abraham believed that in spite of it, because I started out saying this earlier. If you think about something like that, this God telling this man that to sacrifice his son, in his mindset, and in our mindset, it's like, God has already promised me that through my seed, all nations will be blessed. Now you're telling me to take my son and put him on the cross, but in his mindset and in his attitude did not change. He believed and he trusted in God. And that's really the point that I'm trying to get across this morning. When things sound crazy, and it don't sound like it's going to work out, and God told you that he will never leave you or forsake you, but you find yourself in the midst of the storm, while you still going to trust him, your faith still going to be strong enough to trust in God anyway. That's really the point that I'm trying to hit home with this morning. Do I have enough faith in me to stand on the promise of God, regardless of how I find myself, or regardless of what it is that he may tell me to do that I think is crazy? Right? My faith should supersede my intellect. A faith that surpasses all understanding. In other words, mentally, I don't understand what God is telling me to do. Mentally, I don't understand why I'm in this uncomfortable situation, but my faith is so strong that I know that God is going to bring me out.
Amen.
That's how strong my faith needs to be right now. I know that God is going to deliver me. Right now, things don't seem right. And even to the point, y'all, when we keep talking about this world and how crazy it is, right? And how things are going bad and things seem uncertain. But is my faith strong enough to say that God is going to fix this regardless? Because that's the kind of faith that I need to get me up out of my bed every day.
Yeah.
That's the kind of faith that I need to keep me walking in this walk, on this walk. When I turn on the news and I see things that's happening that don't make sense, have I got to the point to where I believe what God said that, look, first of all, this thing has already been finished. Okay? Everything has already been completed. So my faith tells me that what I'm doing is, all I have to do is go through these trials and tribulations, dealing with the circumstances around me, all the stuff that I see, and know that it's already been finished and that I'm on a journey which is taking me to heaven. And this is what I'm talking about, knowing that the finish is already, the race and the war has already been won. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This is my attitude this morning. The war has already been won. My faith is going to keep me steadfast and unmoved and keep me on this journey. The mindset that I have this morning lets me know that, yeah, I get uncomfortable sometimes, things seem uncertain sometimes, but I'm looking to the end. And in the end, I'm going to end up in heaven. All I got to do is have my faith stronger so I don't get tripped up by the devil. So that I don't get tripped up by the devil. So I'm going to challenge everybody this week to increase your faith and keep this mindset in mind if you don't keep nothing else in mind. Right? This thing has already been finished. This thing has already been finished. Apostle used to sing this song, while I'm on this Christian journey, guide me, right? So all I'm asking for this morning is for God to continue to guide me and keep me on the straight and narrow until he comes again. Because for real, I know that it's already been finished. That gives me joy, knowing that everything is complete. All I have to do is hold on and maintain it. Whatever situation I find this world in right now, whatever's going on around me, those are just situations. My mindset and my attitude elevated more higher, knowing that it's already been finished. This is just a trap. The devil has no business. Right? This world is unstable because it's unstable, whatever the reason is. But God created this world and he knew what he was doing. then it's going to be all right in the end. If I can develop that mindset, then that's what's going to get me up out of my bed every morning and allow me to keep on walking even though things seem uncertain. A faith that surpasses all understanding. Amen.
Amen.
Brother Tony, so you were saying then that we have to have a mind change.
Yeah.
We have to have a mind change.
Develop an attitude
Yeah.
like Abraham
Yeah.
to walk in faith and not in sight.
Amen.
That's why I started out with this, because this God had told this man to kill his son. But but Abraham stood on the promise. His mindset and his confidence
Yes.
was stronger than his thought.
Thank you, Jesus.
Because I know you have to do the way I already said this. But in spite of that, I'm going to stand by faith. This is what I'm going to do.
Thank you.
Changing my mindset and developing an attitude like Abraham. A faith that surpasses